Okay, I see we're recording. I see we're recording, so okay, I'll kick this thing off then. No edits, no filter. May 22nd, take one.
Oh,
What was that weird sound?
I don't
It
know.
was me.
Oh. For a second, I sort of thought it was
Who said that I looked away?
a digital ghost or a digital.
For a second, I thought it was myself. I made a
or
little
some
guttural
glitch
noise.
in the Zoom matrix or something.
Yeah.
John, what do we do every Friday?
Hey, Big John.
That's your cue.
Frozen.
What?
On.
Yeah.
What do we do every Friday?
What do you want? Yeah. We talk. Someone call me off guard. We talk about autism, the sports, the movies, the Asperger's.
I love it. That's right, John. Absolutely. I think we should go around and introduce ourselves again to everybody. I guess everybody knows everybody on here. Alexander, you're kind of the new guy. Do you know everybody here?
Yes, I do.
There you go. Then we don't need to do that. Yeah, we're no edits, no filter. We come together every Friday and we talk about autism and sports and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I think that we're close to somewhere around our 50th or 51st episode. We have to go back.
This might be our 51st. I don't know.
You know, we didn't really celebrate that, I guess, like we should. That's a pretty big deal, guys. We've been doing this and we're not sick of each other. We sort of keep showing up. Maybe we are sick of each other. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I'm kind of tired of not being in the same room. I don't know.
I'm not sick of everybody.
I'm teasing. I'm tired of being in this little box with you guys. I'm ready to reach out to y'all.
Ready to get back in the studio.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the studio.
Hey, Dieter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We kicked it off without you.
Fine. I had somebody come in I need to talk to.
Welcome back, dude.
Thank you.
You hadn't missed anything. We just got together. It's a little no edits, no filter. We're saying it's about the 50th or 51st episode. Pretty excited. Leo, glad you're with us here today, man. How are you?
Alexander's here too.
Yeah.
Alexander's
Yeah, I
here.
noticed.
Alexander was over here the other day, man.
Hey,
He was cruising
and
the
David's
neighborhood.
in too, guys.
There's David filling out that bottom bracket. I like it.
Yeah.
Big John, Brad as well, Dustin.
What was the game show that had all the little squares that people sat
Hollywood
in?
Squares. That's right.
Hollywood Squares.
That's right. John knows that skin.
We should make a frame for this. So we all
Paul Lynn. He never did anything but be on the Hollywood Squares. There was I don't think he ever was in anything. Maybe a Hogan's Hero.
right. Oh, I miss Hogan's Hero.
Actually, when you think it was Bewitched, I think he was on Bewitched.
Paul Lynn was on Bewitched. Very good, Cody. Of course you would know that. Was he ever on Hogan's Heroes?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
John,
John,
John, we're gonna have to mute you, John, because we can't understand a word you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's so loud.
it's hurting not literally hurting my ears, but
Maybe
it's
we can figure
uncomfortable
that
to
out.
hear.
Yeah, let's figure that out
Yeah.
another way.
Yeah, it's like I keep on hearing static.
It's got to be his internet connection.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like everybody watching the mic. It's got to be the shoes. No, I'm kidding. It's like the old Michael Jordan commercial.
right.
Hey, if you're not watching that series, whether you like basketball or not, you need to go watch the Michael Jordan Last Dance series. It's
Where do you find it?
where do you get it, guys? Netflix, someplace, ESPN.
I think that's on ESPN.
Dude, it's phenomenal. It's a 10-part series. It's 10
I don't
hours,
have ESPN.
but it's worth watching. There's not been a cultural phenomenon in sports happen like Michael Jordan ever.
Did he play for the Chicago Bulls?
That's right. Exactly.
Yes, he did.
Leah. He did.
He's a legend.
And I got to see his last two games in United Center, so it's been real fun for me. I was there in Chicago a lot during the period when he was really hot, and when he had his last dance there in Chicago. So this has been fun. Anyway, I recommend it highly. As John says, we get together every Friday and we talk about stuff. And today I kind of get to throw a topic out. It's kind of fun. And we
Hey,
just
Tom,
throw it.
what is the topic?
Riley, I'm so glad you asked. I'm so glad you
I
asked
feel
what
like
the topic
you
was.
talked about this before.
We
Before this
didn't.
is.
We did not set this up. Riley's big tease was that where you're in the island somewhere. Where are you, dude? You got a fish behind you and tropical fans, and
I'm at my family's beach place.
do you have a fruity drink with an umbrella in it or something somewhere on the side there?
Didn't even invite you.
Oh man.
And some palm trees blowing in
Yeah,
the
right.
background.
So
But
if y'all remember where my brother was for the sibling episode,
yep.
I'm at the same location. I'm just upstairs from where he was.
Excellent. So the whole family over there on the coast for a little Memorial Day?
Yeah. Ty's been over here. Ty's been in this house since quarantine started.
Well, if you decide to go fishing tomorrow with Ty, then take us all, call us all, tell us there's a link, and we'll just Zoom fish with you. We'll get out on the boat and we'll do a little Zoom.
Yeah, Tom.
I don't know. I just wish I could.
Not
Or you
going
could
to
send an
last. I
address
would
and I
rather
can be there
actually
tomorrow.
fish than watch somebody do it.
I agree, Matt. I would have to agree. I'm teasing.
Talkie. Hey, Talkie, you hear me now?
John, that's better. That's better. That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, just speaking softly and away from the mic really helps out.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
I'll be right back.
Riley's gone. So since Riley asked what the topic was and he's leaving, let's. No, he's coming back. No, doggone, he's coming back. No, the subject today. I want to know what it means. It's Memorial Day weekend, and I think we all just always think of that as a 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a long weekend. One of those two kind of opens up the spring in America, if you will. We sort of have it. Memorial Day is when you open your pool and you open the tennis center and you dust off your things and you kind of start to get out and among them. And then we go, Memorial Day weekend till I guess Labor Day in the fall, right? And,
yeah.
So with Memorial Day coming around and with all the stuff that's going on around, I've got kind of a loaded question, and I want to be civil in this discussion, okay? You have to be civil and kind in our discussions. But I want to know on a weekend where we are to be really honoring our fallen heroes. That's really what Memorial Day is. It's for the people that have fought and died for our country so that we can be free. I'm going to throw out a loaded question. Here on No Edits, No Filter. I want to know what, in the current environment, it means to be an American. I want to know what, to you, does it mean to be an American right now on May 22nd, 2020? What does it mean to be an American? There's a lot of questions going on. I don't want this to get political. I don't want this to get mean. I just want
to be a hero. To be a hero, it means doing dangerous work, whether serving forces or driving a truck.
Okay.
Or being a first responder.
Okay. And so we honor our fallen heroes on Memorial Day that, to be honest, have died and gone before us, whether fighting for it or in other ways. You're right, Leo. A lot of people are serving and losing their lives as heroes in this country. And we could honor all of those guys on Memorial Day. But what does it mean in 2020 to be an American right now?
But just think of Detroit's got killed and all that.
I'm going to buy you a microphone, John. We're going to pitch in. We're going to buy you a.
Yeah, I would do the same.
I want to hear you so bad.
Yeah, can I maybe get his internet fixed? I don't know.
We'll fix that. We'll figure that out. Let's meet and on the avenue, and then we can understand. I can't wait to be in the same room. Somebody else jump it off, John. We're having a little trouble understanding you. David, what do you think, man? What does it mean to be an American? To you.
I think being an American, brotherhood and sisterhood. I think it means being closer together, your brothers and sisters. Okay. I'm trying to think what else.
That's cool, though. It's a brotherhood and a sisterhood to be an American. We're all in the. Okay, that's cool. It's like a family.
We're all fighting. We're all fighting on the same side. We're all on the same side here.
Do you feel like we're doing that right now in America? Is this a good time to be a
Yes.
brotherhood and sisterhood? Okay, good.
Yes.
I'm a half full guy too. I like to think we're doing that. Anybody else want to chime in on that? What, Matt?
Sorry,
Sandberg,
Tom, I didn't hear that last part. He said because the video and audio froze.
Gotcha. I think that's a great point. I think we're all sort of family, brotherhood and a sisterhood.
Yeah.
Alexander, what does it mean to be an American?
Well, being American, you gotta remember history of the country very well and thankful for important events.
So you have to know the history of where we've come from. Okay, that's a very, very wise statement. I think that's important. I think we can't just not just forget things that have gone in the past. I think it's important to remember those things, even though there's some hard lessons in there, things you really you'd like to forget, but I don't want to forget them because I don't want to repeat them. I think that's a great learn history. I like that.
Yeah, and I think, in my opinion, we're America. We're made up of everybody. We're not just, we're not. We weren't, and I lived in the other places in the world, and you would see people, and you would look at it and go, that lady is German, and her family was German, and their history goes all the way back. It's just one timeline. But us as Americans are just a whole bunch of tree roots put together, and we've created a tree out of that. So we're a little bit of everybody and everything. And through history, anytime we've had major things come up, America was the one that kind of, for good, bad, or worse, we went and helped the rest of the world and took care of the bad guys, took care of the bad things. And we, for a long time, had a pride in that. But over time, I think that's got distorted or forgotten. And so nowadays, it's a little bit discombobulated. But I, as a military brat, am proud of our history. I'm proud to be American. As Americans, we definitely, I don't know if you've traveled the world, but there's true poverty, and then there's American poverty, and even an American poverty is not poverty. So we are a blessed people. We are a rich people. This quarantine, I've eaten the whole time. I've slept in a warm bed. I've had air conditioning. I haven't toughed anything out. There's people in the world right now living on dirt with no electricity and can't figure out where to get clean water. So you have to look at it that way. We're blessed people. So I'm proud, and I know I'm lucky to be an American. So I'm thankful.
Cool.
Hey, Tom, can you hear me now?
That's better.
That's really good, John.
Yeah.
That's way better, Big John.
Nice job, buddy. You got a future as an audio engineer now, man. Not a way to fix it. Nice work.
I'll talk lower. I'll talk real low.
Yeah, talk lower. That's better. We just talk. Hey, Cody, I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know what your window is on this, man. I want to know what you think it means to be an American, or right now in 2020 on May 22nd. Think about that. What does it mean to you to be an American?
Cody, Earth to Cody.
He's thinking. He's thinking about it. I'll share something real quick. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud to be able to wake up and do what I would like to do every morning and be free to do that. I can wake up and make a mistake. I can wake up and make the right decision. But it's my decision to make. I think you have to, the rule to be kind to others and just kind of take care of myself a little bit and be free. I think that's the cool part. And we all hold each other in check. I think that's another cool part. I think this group is sort of an accountability group for each other in some ways. And I think that's cool about being an American.
Hey, Tom, we're going to have a celebration when we get back.
Yes, sir. I promise you.
Yeah.
Keep asking that.
He wants his Texas barbecue. I know where he's going. Riley, he wants to be free to have some Texas barbecue.
I think we all do.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Chicken nuggets for John.
Yeah, there you go. Cody, what are you going to say? You suppose what? Hold on a sec, Riley.
I suppose it's probably the same general stuff that you mentioned. Like melting pots and unity and stuff.
Melting pots and unity. I think that's awesome, man. We allow people to be who they are and who they want to be. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
And general freedom, I suppose.
I would think so too, to be who you want to be. And I think some of those things, we say that. My dad told me I could be whatever I wanted to be. He forgot to say sometimes, but go be something. And I think that's important, to go be a responsible something and be a productive something. And I think that's, we forget that sometimes as Americans, that we just can be anything we want to be. And that's this free thing to go be free. But you have to go be something. And I think that's a wise thing there, Cody. Good stuff. Yes, sir.
To me, being American means a whole lot of things. But first and foremost, I would. It just means so much to me to be an American that it's really hard to quantify it.
Cool.
Hey, Tom. Yeah. Hey, Tom. When we get back, we have to wear gloves and masks. Over at mask, you don't have to wear gloves and masks.
You know, John, in a discussion of freedom, me telling you have to wear a glove and mask, the answer is yes. We're going to be considerate of our other fellow workers. And
I said that mask, I was only wearing gloves and masks.
Yeah, we'll wear gloves and masks when we're in certain proximity to each other. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
We'll all be dressed as surgeons.
We'll all look like surgeons. Mom, I like the way you took the intelligence level up there. We're not robbers. We're surgeons. There you go. I like that, David. Very nice.
Surgeons. Right.
It is hard to.
We're dressed for the surgery convention.
I actually have access to scrubs.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, and Riley, you had trouble putting it into words, and I think that's hard sometimes to talk about what being an American is. Sometimes it is hard to put into words. I think and as Dieter said, we're so blessed every day just to have been born into this stuff. You know, just to be able to be born into freedom is pretty not a bad start. Let's see. Who do I want to hear from? You know,
I'd say Tyler or Dustin, but it's up to you, Tom.
Well, I was actually going to go upper left. Y'all keep moving around. Brad Aswell is up on the upper left.
Yeah.
Brad, what do you think, Mr. Aswell?
Well, I can't think of like anything except the fact that I agree with everything I've been hearing. You know, being free, having a family, all that.
Yeah.
You know, I like those answers.
Okay. Tyler, what about it, buddy? Tyler, Dustin, what do you guys jump in?
It's kind of what you had said is like the freedom. But I mean, I look at this kind of a funny way. Being able to do things and not be afraid, I think, is things that we take kind of for granted. Where in a lot of countries, like if I say the president's great, the president's bad, I can say either one. I can say, you know, our military should be smaller. Our military should be bigger. I can say whatever I want and I don't have to fear for anything, which is, we take it really for granted, but in a lot of places you can't say those things and you have to look over your shoulder when you talk like that. So I think that just being able to express yourself and not be afraid is a really cool thing.
That's an awesome thing, man. I think that's huge to remember right now. There's a ton of fear in our country right now of a lot of things, and we're not supposed to be afraid. My faith tells me that. My Bible that I read every day, it tells me do not be afraid, period. And I've learned that all my life. And I think you're exactly right. That's part of that freedom of waking up and not being afraid. And I think that's the problem with a little bit of the problem with what's going on right now is we got a lot of folks just afraid, and they're not even sure what they're really afraid of. And that's a bad place to be. But real, a very real place to be too, Tyler. And I would agree with you. Dustin, it's coming around to you, man. You know, it's your turn to tell us what you think America is to you here on May 22nd.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything specific either, but I do agree with some of the answers that were said.
Okay, cool. I'm going to shift it a little bit and throw another question out. I know Dieter's an Army brat and has toured the world.
It means being a football fan is what it means.
Dude, I think you just may have said the best answer of all. That's a bam.
Here
I think
we
you're
go.
exactly right. We're going to find that out in September or August when we play or don't play. And you're right. We don't play football in the fall, and you'll have some angry Americans.
Yeah, that's why.
Hey, Tom.
Well, hold on, John. Let Leo finish.
That's why I launched an anti-Auburn meme on Facebook.
Uh-oh. Are you already throwing down for the Auburn football season?
Oh, no.
That depends on what throwing down means.
You're kind of calling out the Auburn fans, or is that what are you a fan of Auburn or against Auburn?
Easily against Auburn.
So you're an Alabama fan?
Nephews go there.
No.
You just don't like Auburn.
I despise Auburn.
Why do you despise it, Leo?
Because of what they have in common with the Carolina Panthers.
The Tiger? The
What
Auburn
do they
Tigers?
have in common?
You don't like cat mascots.
Sometimes I do.
Well, that's random. How come sometimes?
I guess you haven't heard. I'm rooting for the team whose mascot wears a full outfit.
And Auburn's doesn't? I thought Auburn's did.
They don't.
Oh. So we not only root against them, but we despise them.
We absolutely despise them.
And thank God that we're Americans
Or
and
at
we
least
can despise that.
Leo despises
Auburn. Yeah, that's okay, though. It's America. He
Can
can
I add
despise
to
it.
this conversation?
Please do, Matt. I thought of all the people, this might be your subject. And I kind of saved you for last, brother. You're looking at Abe Lincolnish up there with the big
great
wise
thing
beard.
about being an American, I will say, is you sort of have the freedom to like and choose and dislike and have your own opinion about stuff. You know, it's sort of like, you know, in some governments, I don't know if it's, they make you think one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is, you know, just like we have you know, we're like, I guess some countries don't allow you to write, you know, freedom of speech, you know,
yeah.
Like that's something I think is really cool about living in America. Another thing is we're just so diverse, you know, it's just a melting pot of all different kinds of people. Another thing is, you know, we have a very but let's not forget the people who died fighting for our freedom, just straight up left their family and went to war armed and everything, knowing that they might die and
so that's
not
great.
see their family again.
Matthew, that's a great segue, Camp, because that was where I was headed. I know Dieter's an Army brat and has toured the world with his family and whatnot. Is there anybody in your family that anybody wants to share that would be considered somebody we should be honoring on Memorial Day? Was there a hero in your family? We heard an earlier definition of what a hero is, and I thought that was cool. Is there anybody in your family that you would consider was a hero and that we should be honoring right now at Memorial Day? Riley?
He's still alive, but I would say my grandfather who served. I don't think he ever saw any action, but still.
But he served, yeah. There you go.
Observe, even if he's still. He's someone we need to observe, even on Memorial Day, if he's still alive.
Cool. Anybody else got a family?
My grandfather.
Okay.
Riley's granddad?
I guess I think that part of Memorial Day that like, honestly, I didn't even remember that Memorial Day was for soldiers until you reminded me. I kind of forget about that. I think it's like it's just like such a foreign concept, like getting drafted and going to fight a war. Like my grandfather fought in World War II.
Oh, it's okay.
And he
Ain't no thing.
played in the baseball state championship in 1944, and a month later he was on a battleship going to the Pacific to go fight the Japanese. Like literally a month difference. I think that's part of the reason that we kind of forget about those things, because none of us have had to go through that really. Like, and I couldn't imagine just being like, hey, you got to go fight a war tomorrow.
Can you imagine? I know, right? I know. I can't imagine it.
If you haven't seen Band of Brothers, it's like a 12-part series. It's really worth watching because it portrays that. It's just average Americans went to war and became, heroes in one another's eyes. But at the end of the day, it was a librarian and it was a cook and it was and all of a sudden they became much more than what they had originally started out. And
yeah, I saw that. I'm reading the book right now too. That's like one of my favorite stories.
That's awesome. It's kind of like a nurse. I've had some friends whose kids and daughters and sons have become nurses recently, and they were literally just coming into the nursing profession, and now all of a sudden we're hit with this as they walk into it. You graduate from nursing school and walk right into this, and they're not seasoned enough. Like Cody's dad is a seasoned nurse. He's been doing it for a while, and I'm sure there are other nurses and families around the screen here, but I can't imagine just walking right out of nursing school into something like that. It's just crazy. But yeah, that's a great reminder, isn't it, Tyler? That it's the folks that just died for that. I can't imagine playing a state baseball championship and then having a rifle under your bed.
Hey, Tom, speak of September, it's one of my birthday, Tom.
It's your birthday coming up, John?
No, it's a number.
That's what I thought.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah, buddy.
Speaking of nurses going straight into graduating and then going straight in to help fight COVID, I actually know one personally.
Yeah, it's got to be shocking. Have you talked to him about it?
No, I've kind of let them live their life. And Eater actually saw her dad play ball.
Oh, wow. Cool. Anybody else want to share a hero, a Memorial Day hero in their life?
Actually, real quick, shouldn't all the nurses and EMTs and everyone else be honored on especially this Memorial Day?
I would think so.
I know
they should. Then so should truck drivers.
I know it's normally for veterans or people who have died, but I think this Memorial Day we should all think of the doctors and nurses.
I think it's a good day to honor anybody that served the country. I think it's a good thing, and that would be certainly those groups and truck drivers.
Hey Tom, I know we don't. Tom, I know we don't meet on Monday, but we meet again on Tuesday.
I think we're going to postpone Monday and have it on Wednesday, John. We'll just skip on Memorial Day, and everybody go be with your family. Go do something fun. Take a moment of silence and read something. Maybe watch a movie about it, a hero, and remember our freedom. I think that's something I would wrap up that we've said today. The thing that we all have the ability to do is to be ourselves and to be free, and that's a beautiful thing that I hope that we're all able to continue as Americans. I've got an American flag down at the end of my driveway, and I fly it proudly, and I'm also proud to be an American. But anyway, I hope everybody has a great weekend. And Cody, we're gonna turn to you here to end this thing for another awesome. This may be one of my favorite No Edits, No Filters, man. Nice work by everybody. Appreciate everybody.
Hey Tom, I'm sorry I was so loud.
No, that's okay. You're doing the best you can, man. That's all we're asking. We're just glad you're here with us.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Cody, you know what to do, big man.
Turn your volume on.
Send us out, Cody.
The big taco.
Yes, taco.
John said it. Big ass tacos. Happy
And then
Memorial
I'm gonna
Day,
say it.
everybody.
Big ass taco.
Ah.